Is this the end for Tony Stark as Iron Man? Let's take a closer look and see what's up. What's up, everybody? I'm Stan, and welcome to Detail Comics, where we go over comics in detail. This iRate review is about Invincible Iron Man issue number 14. So this is looking to be the finale for Tony Stark. According to Brian Michael Bendis, this is basically what it's been all leading up to. Over the last few issues, we've seen Tony Stark battling his inner demons, totally devastating his entire tower, as well as losing the majority of his fortune, and that's really covered in the first several pages of this new issue. Tony is having a very hard time dealing with everything that's going on, especially the loss of his friend James Rhodes. And while he's kind of being played off as the person that's in the right the most in Civil War II, he's really dealing with these problems internally very differently. It feels like he's about to go take comfort in a bottle again, but when he reaches out and decides, you know what, I need to go to an AA meeting. Because as a recovering alcoholic, he needs the support of others. And who does he find when he gets to that particular point? Carol Danvers, Captain Marvel, who also has the same kind of problem and happened to be looking for the same kind of support. Through the dialogue that Brian Michael Bendis does oh so well, we find some very ominous overtones for Tony Stark in the future, and it's culminated by the introduction of Tony's biological mom, who's looking to reconnect. She was on the schedule, she was ready to go, but something's happened. And we don't know what, because Brian Michael Bendis really likes to end on cliffhangers, and that's where we leave Invincible Iron Man 14 before we start up Invincible Iron Man number 1 next month. So, what happened to Tony Stark? Well, in order to find out, you're going to have to read Civil War, as well as, another tie-in, the first issue. There's so much going on with this book that's tied directly into Civil War II. I just hope that he doesn't kill him off, simply because he's been, digging up graves and putting down tombstones left and right throughout this whole thing. I was ready for this kind of conclusion. I was really ready for this story to be taken care of in this particular way, but I really wanted a little bit more service for Tony Stark. I wanted a little bit more respectful kind of ending, and I'm not to have it, happen in some sort of event. It's not great, it's not good, it's not bad, it's okay. It's very average, and overall, the art serves it much better than the story is. The art itself is very good. It captures a very dirty and grimy kind of realization for Tony. It's a very well-rendered kind of piece, and ultimately the conversation that was very dark, it really kind of gave it a lot of feelings. It gave it a lot of depth that was really needed. And then, the slight tear rolling down Tony's cheek it set everything off. I just wish the story was a little better so that the art could really enhance and not prop up the story like it did. In the end, I'd say Invincible Iron Man's worth a read. If you're looking for some sort of conclusion, you're looking to tie in with the character and the continuity that's going to be happening in the future and find out where Riri Williams is, basically she speed-dialed him, and that's really all you need to take from the issue. It's one of those things that if you've been following up, it's definitely one you're going to want to finish out, but it's not necessarily something that people need to read. So that's my review of Invincible Iron Man 14, but I want to know what you guys thought of it too if you read it, so hit me up in the comments down below. As always, if you like what you see, hit that like button, and don't forget to subscribe right there to get more news, reviews, and commentary on comic books, comic book movies, comic book TV shows and games, and anything and everything inside the world of comics.